Hey, what's up everyone? Mendel here. I hope you're doing awesome and wonderful. So we got some new drums. Eloy Casagrande. Guy needs no introduction. We're gonna do a bunch of talking, but I wrote a metal track that's pretty heavy, and I think it sounds pretty killer, and I wrote it with these drums because they inspire me a lot. So let's dive straight into that metal heaviness. It's like more than a minute of metal, and then we'll dive into the drums and etc, etc. So, without further ado, let's dive into the metal. You ready? Well, I'm ready. Here we go. Boom. Hey, so I really hope you dig that, because I wrote that just like a couple hours ago, and I was feeling the vibe. I was like, I can't wait to share this metal song with you guys. I especially love, and I'll dive into that blast beat with different dynamics on the snare. I hope you did that heavy stuff, and as always, if you did, please like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, hit that belly thing. That'd be much appreciated. And having that said, let's dive into this. Here we go. So here we have Eloy Drums. And again, for those who don't know, Eloy Casagrande, he plays in Slipknot, used to play in Sepultura. In 2017, if I'm correct, back when I played in a death metal band called Aborted, we toured with, I think it was Creator, Soilwork, Sepultura, and Creator and us, of course. And I remember just like almost every night just being so blown away by the skills of Eloy. I have this joke that on that tour in 2017, when we were just sitting backstage, you could just hear his rim shots like going through all the doors, like from the stage to the backstage. Like, it's that powerful. It's insane. It's so inspiring. So now we have this drum library by Boker Digital called Eloy Drums. And actually it's two kits. So we have the Eloy Casagrande, and we have the Casagroove. There we go. So this is a more like toned down kit. It sounds different as well. But before we get ahead of ourselves, here's the Casagrande kit. And let me tell you one thing from the get-go. So the snare. This is probably from all the libraries I've tried throughout the years. Like, I've been programming drums for 20 years, I think, from the top of my head. No, maybe 24 years. And I think this is the first library, maybe Modern Massive 2, but I would say this is the first one for me where I do quick snare rolls, and it sounds so human, in my opinion. It's, I don't know, maybe it's the amount of round robins they recorded, so many different hits. It sounds so good, and it's so inspiring by the way it's recorded, and I guess a bit pre-mixed as well. Like, let's listen to that intro, and then I'll play the intro again and solo the drums. Like it's first of all, it's a wonderful sounding snare, but it just sounds awesome and very human. Now, of course, you have to play with the velocity to make it sound human. But then again, like the drum soloed, like, and those hard hits. I love it. I just love it. Now, there's just one part which I talked about a bit earlier. Because like I was writing this song demo for this video, and I was just getting very inspired because I love how these drums sound. And I thought the snare sounds so good. Why not try like a grooving blast instead of like at the beginning just a standard blast? I have this motion where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take a listen. That whole movement. I mean, to me, it sounds pretty human. Like, you can see the snare over here. I'm doing this flow and then basically on the beat, but because a snare, like, the kick's on the 1 and the snare's in between, the snare's just ahead, just one hit after, like, on the beat, which gives this cool vibe. Instead of it's more like an, I don't know, like in flow, sort of. So, again, that whole vibe, I dig it a lot. And for example, this part, I mean, there's a lot of stuff where it's just maximum velocity, some tom hits, maybe not. Then again, just focus on the realism. Dare I say it? Okay. First of all, yes, I am getting paid for this video. Bogren Digital sent me a license. I'm getting paid for this video. But as always, like, I didn't have to sign a waiver that I have to say certain things. I never do. But this is, in my opinion, it sounds so damn good out of the box. That is just loaded up, I feel inspired, and that's it. And to be very honest, there are other libraries from Bogren Digital which sound very good, but I have a specific taste. And this fits that taste. It's like my chocolate milk. There we go. So let's do more of a deep dive. So we have a couple of snares here. For the song I use the bell brass not damped, because I like this ring. If I damp it, it becomes more tight. Without the damp, I love that overtone. We have a Premier, Supertonic, and of course a Black Beauty. But for me, the bell brass, not damped, it's a winner. We have one tom on each. Oh, I love how deep that is. That's what she said. Kick. Kick high. But I went for the kick low because I really love the low end. I love when kicks are around 60 Hertz. Even boost that frequency and then just go like full low end, especially when doing the fast 16s. I love the low end rumble that's going on. We have a mixer. I changed some settings here, but you can like basically like this is basically I think like an SSL brown knob EQ. There's some mixing here, some compression. I added a ton of low end just to get the heaviness. I think this is what the kick sounds like without EQ, just the kick itself. That's without EQ. So getting more low end in there. Some compression. Basically you have your sends with short reverbs and long reverbs. That's pretty cool because that's how I mix as well. envelopes, pitch. Yeah, I put the pitch a bit down, just so you know, to make it even more heavy. But besides compressor and EQ, you have transient and saturation. For me, I just use compression, transient, and EQ. Overheads, rooms, the basic stuff. And you have a bunch of grooves in here as well, but I didn't use any of the grooves. One thing I really wanted to show, which I really liked, because we have the auto double kick and the machine gun. But this is also one of the few libraries where I really like the sound of having the kick drums not at full 127 velocity. So you can see the kicks over here. It sounded just very natural again. Very cool and natural. Could even do a bit better programming, but this is how it sounds without the machine gun. And this is with the anti-machine gun. Way more natural. Also doing a double kick, of course. So that's very cool. Let's just listen to that part in context, because I really think it's a cool heavy part. That's one thing I almost forgot. This thing, I love it. The, how do you call it again? It's in here. It's the gong. Love that, because at that part of the song, I programmed it over here. And just pay attention how just that gong adds so much depth to that part. Here we go. I mean, I could go on and on about this. Let's quickly check the other kit. So this is the Eloy Drums Casagrande. More compact kit, sounds incredible as well. But the thing I really love is, of course, this kit. This thing. I mean, it's for me as a mixing engineer, it's that perfect stereo kit. We have two hi-hats. I can't stop pressing the snare. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, in my opinion, I would say this is probably, I won't say one of my favorite, but this is probably my favorite drum library from Bogan Digital. And dare I say it, I think this is probably in my top 3 favorites of all time so far. It's like the most important thing for me, if I load it up and it sounds good, if it's inspiring. And for this case, it was very inspiring for me. So there you have it. Cool. Yeah, let's just one more time listen to the blast beat part, and then I'll round up the video. So inspiring. Even this part, I love how it sounds. I know I programmed it myself. Don't want to sound arrogant. I'm just really, really, really stoked on this. That's all. Oh, and before I forget, for the mixing nerds, let's do a quick mix round here. So on the drums, I just use a bit of bus compression, the glue. It's not a lot. It's just basically around 2 decibels. Not a big change in sound, but just makes it a bit more compressed. Closes the shells down to the cymbals a bit. A tiny bit of EQ to get like a bigger kick sound or a deeper kick sound. So a cut around 90 Hz and a boost around 60. Also not a big difference, but just to clean up a bit and make it a bit more heavy. And for the guitars, I'm using this new tone from my upcoming pack, and it's called Pitbull, and it's a nice beefy tone, I think. That kind of vibe. Sounds nice, modern and beefy. And on the master bus I had some control hub, some bus compression, just a tiny bit. Barely touching the needle, so to speak. And we have a bit of gold fuzz, just a tiny bit. Barely doing anything, but it just cleans up the mix a tiny bit. And we have L2 to, I would say, make it a bit louder in the peaks. Alright, so that's it. So hope you like this video. I dig these drums a lot. And as always, just subscribe, give me a thumbs up, hit the bell thing. It'd be much appreciated. And then you know what? See you next time. Cheers.